just look around. You got the mountains, you got the most beautiful city in the whole entire country. The university is absolutely, looks like it's out of a storybook. It's just beautiful. People are incredibly genuine and extremely nice. It's just a place that obviously I'd want my kids to go to school. And it sells itself. You don't have to sell anything about this place. You just got to get them here. You know, the old field of dreams. Yeah. Build it and they will come. It's already built.
I believe we have a Heisman quarterback, and when you have a Heisman quarterback, you got to have the receivers to make plays. And individually wise, I want to make plays for him because, what he has done and just him being a leader here, I have so much respect for him. Me and Hook, we go back a long time. Even when he was at Virginia Tech, I committed there before I came here, so that's how I met him at first. And, it's a brotherhood, and, I love him. And, I try to go out there, and it doesn't matter what ball he throws me, man. I'm trying to make the play for him, just because what he has done for me, I just want to give back to him.
Yeah, I didn't sign any mustard bottles or golf balls. Maybe wish I had a golf ball that night, you know what I mean? But I'm only kidding, all right?
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley.
I'm Dauber.
I'm Xavier the X Factor.
Did you guys make it through that intro? Did you guys make it? It's almost kickoff time now after that intro. Somebody said, Seth said in the chat, Boogie, are you just trolling us? Are you trolling us now? We sold 17 t-shirts while that intro was playing. We sold 17 t-shirts. So I think it was worth it, Seth.
I took a little nap.
You didn't take a nap. You were back there jamming to Turnpike Troubadours. I could see you bobbing your head. Like I could see you in the back room.
I was nodding off.
No, you were digging it. You were digging little Turnpike Troubadours to get the thing going. Let's see who's in the chat. Misfit Kitty is here. Says buffering. Is it buffering? It's playing clean on my screen. I don't know what's going on. James Moody is in the house. What's up, James? Always good to see you in the chat. Kenny Jones is here, says Tennessee by 99. I'll take it. I will take Tennessee by 99. James is in the house, says house divided. I don't care, GBO. James, you ever think about no, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to be a good good person tonight. I'm not going to say that. OBH is in the house. It says, let's go. Bazooka Joe. SBG is here. Vols by 50. I'll take it. I'm surprised that some of you guys are still using that saying, but I'll take it. The real Hank is here. Kalen's in the house. Craig J is here. Everybody else throws trash. It's no big deal. We do it, and it's a national tragedy. I don't disagree. Josh is here. Says, go Big Orange. What's up, Josh? Let's see. We can start the show officially because John Hill dropped a $10 super chat. Says, come on, Vols, take out the frustration on the doors. Let's win, and let's win big. Let's give them something to talk about. Should I get that song, John, and start over with the new intro? Let's give them something to talk about. I mean, that would be a great intro. We could just start. We could start the whole show over. No, nobody wants to do that. All right, we'll go ahead. Xavier, how you feeling now? How do you think this football team bounces back this week?
I feel great, man. Like I said, I think they're going to come back with some fire. Well, as the words from YouTube, piss and vinegar in their veins. And like I said, I feel like that this team is ready to go. And I think the big importance is too is that you know that your leader Hendon Hooker has went down from last week. You know, I really believe that they're going to play for him. You know, and then Josh Heupel is going to have this team fired up, ready to go. And he even quoted it. You know, he said, "You got to end this the right way." And I expect them to end it the right way because you can't just have a season like we have been and then to be such a disappointment to lose to Vandy in a disappointing way. So, no, I believe this team's ready to go. I believe they're going to end this season right.
You saw, I guess everybody's seen Hooker now his support. Thought that was pretty cool. You know, it's Joe Milton time. He's got today and then bowl game, and then hopefully that sets off leading into the 2023 season. We'll see. It's a big game tonight. Like Xavier said, you know, you're closing out the regular season. You want to end on a high note. Get that taste out of your mouth from last Saturday down in Columbia. You know, it's all about building that momentum, and it is. How do you rebound? I'm looking forward to it. Big game because, hey, Vandy's got a lot to play for. They're looking for bowl eligibility tonight, and they would look like nothing more than to just rain on Tennessee's parade and get bowl eligible.
Yeah, and they've been playing with some momentum, right? I mean, coming into the thing, the story is Vanderbilt's playing hot. I mean, they are. It is what it is. Of course, the South Carolina loss, not validating it. Never happy giving up 63 points. Xavier and I were talking right before we went live. South Carolina took care of Clemson today. So they're playing hot football right now too. Guys, this is a fan call-in show. The link is out there for Talkin VAWLS Elite. If you know, you know. If you're one of the elite, you can go ahead and jump on here, talk a little Tennessee football. If not, that's fine. Me, Dauber, and Xavier, we'll sit here and hang out. We'll give it a couple of minutes. We'll put it out to Talkin VAWLS Gold. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us for the tailgate show. We're going to go live for about 55 minutes. We'll take you all the way up to kickoff. But appreciate you guys being here. Do make sure you smash the thumbs up. Tyler Coggins for $10. That ain't cheap. Says GBO finish the regular season strong. Thank you for the super chat, Tyler. John London for $5. If Milton doesn't show it tonight, Nico has looked special and is an early enrollee. Not worried. I don't want a true freshman. I don't want. Look, I'm as excited about Nico as anybody. I don't want to bank on a true freshman coming in. And yeah, it does. It does help that, you know, he is an early enrollee. So he's going to have an opportunity to come in, learn this offense. We'll see. But you're if I just took two guys and you don't know who they are, you can't see talent level, anything like that. And I said, okay, over here's a kid that's going to come in. He's 18 years old, never played a snap of college football. This guy over here has an NFL level arm, and he's been 2 years in the system. He's played a whole lot of football. You're going to go with Joe Milton every single time.
Oh, absolutely. The kids that can come in and play quarterback, especially, right out of high school, that's very few and far between. Not saying that he can't, but I think you said it. If he's coming in battling Milton for the starting job day one, I think there's issues. But that doesn't mean that he can't win it, 3/4 of the way through the season. There's nothing better than, talent that is pushing everybody else to be their best and, put it out, show out on the field. So I'm excited. We were live last night for the big commit that we got on the defensive side of the ball. We got that momentum back. We talked about the sour taste in our mouth from last Saturday. Best thing to cure that is to get back out on the field and take care of business. So looking forward to whipping little brother down there in Neyland West.
The real Hank for $5. Thank you for super chat. Still haven't been able to get my membership back, so here's $5, Boogie. That's one way to do it, Hank. You can just pay your dues. You can come in, drop a super chat, pay your dues. Says go Big Orange. This game is bigger than it should be, but I'm still happy. GBO. I don't know what to say. You guys that have Apple products, first and foremost, here's how you can join the channel. Okay, let me summarize this real quick. If you've got an Apple product, right, take it, walk down the hall, throw it in the trash can, get on the internet and buy an Android product, and then hit the join button right down below. It's right beside subscribe. It's so easy. You hit that join button, you'll get linked up. You'll become a member of the channel. For real, anybody that does have an Apple product, you have to be on the internet browser. For some reason, it's so weird. So whether you go on your laptop or you go on your whatever the Apple internet browser is, I don't know what it's called. Does anybody know what it's called?
Safari.
Anybody have an iPhone?
Safari.
Is it Safari? You go on Safari and you go to YouTube. You have to be on the desktop version. Once you're on the desktop version, sign in to your YouTube account. The join button will magically appear. You hit that, and then when you go back to the YouTube app, you're good to go. Coach Jay, Trucker Dougie, Seth is in the house. What do you guys think about this quarterback competition going into next year? Coach Jay, we'll start with you. You got Joe Milton, you got Nico, and somebody in the chat said, why do you guys keep ignoring Taven Jackson? Uh-oh, Coach Jay's muted. What happened?
Can't hear you, Coach. There you go.
No, it's still muted. I think it's his microphone. Check your mic settings real quick. We'll kick it over to Seth. What do you think, Seth?
Kind of like we went into last year. Milton has everything to be a top-tier quarterback in the league, man. He has it all. His ceiling is a Cam Newton type deal. I think you said that the other day, or somebody did.
Mm-hmm.
But just where I've seen some of the inconsistencies from last year, there's just a couple this year, but I'm not as concerned. But going into next year, it's going to be interesting. I'd like for Nico personally to redshirt and just watch. That's what I'd like to see the most. And I'd like, if Milton struggles, Taven Jackson come in and he takes over the show. I'd be good with that too. I want whoever's the best person to play. The best talent-wise that I know of as of right now is Milton. He just, some of the voices in his head, I guess, just need to take care of those.
Yeah, well, it's just I've been hearing a lot of praises about Milton going into this game. Just hearing from the press conference from Josh Heupel and even some of the players that they said that Joe's ready. Like they said, he's been ready since day one. Watching behind Hendon Hooker. So yeah, I'm excited because I mean he's gonna be the guy we're gonna look forward to next season. Like I said, with Nico being a red shirt, so. Tonight's the night. We're gonna see what he's made of and see if he's put a little touches, on the softball, instead of just throwing that big cannon that he's got, because sometimes we don't need the big chunk of charge plays. Sometimes we need just 5-10 yards. That's all we need. So I definitely can't wait to see that.
Yeah, that big cannon's fun to watch. So my dad's a diehard. My dad's a diehard Georgia fan, and every time Milton throws one of them effortless, looks like he's only trying to throw it 20 yards, but he throws it 60. Those type plays. I showed them to my dad. He's like, good God, oh God. So
you guys think the weather's going to be a problem tonight? Because it's supposed to pour rain. I saw the radar for Nashville. It's pretty bad. It's supposed to pour, and it's coming. It's coming right at kickoff. And the way Nico, y'all got Nico on the brain. The way Big Joe slings the ball around with all that steam on it, I wonder if that's going to play into it. What's up, Matt? Good to have you on here, buddy.
What's going on, Boogie? How you doing, guys?
Hey, let me say too, real quick, Big Vol Daddy, if you're still in the chat, I sent you the link on Facebook Messenger, so you should be able to go ahead and jump on. We start at the top, so people that give $10 a month, and then we kind of go down the rankings from there. So you can go to the community tab if you're a member of the elite. If not, but Big Vol Daddy's he's royalty around here in the Tennessee YouTube area. What do you think, Matt? What do you think about the weather tonight, the rain? Somebody says it's not raining yet. It's supposed to be there by kickoff. Think that's going to impact Joe Milton?
The only thing I think it impacts is the ability to catch some of the Rockets, but I do believe that the game plan going in tonight is going to be around a little bit about to run the football against this team anyway. So, I think we saw a little bit of what we may see last week when Joe came in with the QB power as well. So, anytime you play in the rain, the advantage goes to the offense, in my opinion, anyway, because we're not going to be a slick field with the turf, but both teams have to play with it. So I don't think it being management means, but I do throw it. It's a factor in the football game in some way. You got to wrap it up. You got to beat the football a little tighter. If you're an offensive guy, turnovers will be something to watch in this football game. I think plus 14 on the line is right, but we absolutely cannot turn the football over.
Hey, Matt, you think that the quarterback power is going to be played into effect, but you got to remember Milton is the only scholarship quarterback there tonight.
Yeah.
You got two walk-ons in Gaston Moore and Navy Schuler backing him up. So I don't think you can take a chance of getting him hurt.
I understand that too, Dauber. I agree with you, but why in the world are you running against South Carolina when your quarterback's down if you're not going to run it this week against Vandy? And that's I've heard Boogie talk about it all weekend, all week long, that how important this football game is, and it is. It locks in a 10-win season, puts you in a New Year's Six bowl. I don't think you can worry about injuries in a game as much as we want to not have him get hurt and avoid what's going on, but. 6'5", 245 or whatever he is, if he has to run the football, he's going to run the football, in my opinion, at some point during this game. I think what's interesting, too, is this is a glimpse into what 2023 looks like with a few pieces that will change on the offensive line, some defensive changes, obviously, some receiver changes as we see who goes in, who doesn't go in the draft, et cetera. But to look at what the 2023 offense will look like, I expect him to go offense and nothing changes. I don't think we'll see the shiftiness that Hooker presented with the run, but I do think you'll see some running out of him tonight, just because of the opportunity, that third running opportunity. And if you're watching any of this Auburn-Alabama game, the only way Auburn's moved the football on Bama tonight realistically is with Ashford running the football. So I think when you have that third opportunity, that third runner in a lineup, and you're going out of defense, that's going to be big in what they do. And I'm interested to see. I mean, I love the way he can throw the football. So we will see. I think we've seen him in multiple, backup mop-up duties. We all know he can throw it 65 with just flicking a wrist. But Boogie, you've said it all week, and I've heard Kaner say it as well. What does it look like with 0-0 with Joe? But I have every bit of confidence in the world. This kid's going to come in and play good tonight, and Tennessee's going to go out with at least a 2-touchdown win. Vanderbilt.
Got to run him, Matt. I think you got to run your offense like you would as if Hendon was in there. If you got to call a quarterback run and play, call it. I don't think you can go in, quote unquote, trying to protect him because you don't have any other scholarship quarterbacks. If you want to win this game, you better throw the kitchen sink at Vandy because they're going to throw it at us.
Yep.
And as much as I'd like to think this will be a good game, this could be one of those late, 40 to 35 games, or who knows? I mean, at this point, who knows? So I say throw the offense at them and go out there and try and jump on them early and let Joe be Joe and let him chuck it 65 yards if you need to, or let him run it for 25 or 30. He's big enough that he's going to administer some damage to whoever tries to tackle him.
I agree. And I think it's going to be interesting to see who lines up as their starting receivers tonight. Are we going to see Ramel and Squirrel, or are we going to see Said and Brew? I mean, that's a big, big question. I think they put up the depth chart the other day that said and Brew are one, but
somebody in the chat, Peyton Manning's forehead in the chat just said that Cedric Tillman's out. Brew McCoy is a game time decision. I think that's what he said. I'm trying to roll back up and find it. Yeah, there it is. Just announced Brew is a game time decision. Tillman is out, which that's not a real big surprise. VolQuest has kind of been reporting that all week as well. Let me jam through some super chats real quick. Ryan Miller for 10. Thank you for super chat. GBO, thanks. Boogie, Team Android. See how Ryan's a member? See how he's got that membership right beside his name? He's got that power T because he's Team Android. Dauber. And you guys wonder why Dauber's internet never works. I'm sure that Apple phone has something to do with it. The real Hank figures it out. He went to Walmart and picked up an Android. He's good to go. He is a member of the channel now. We appreciate that. Wyatt Compton for $20. That ain't cheap. Checking in from San Diego, a little late to the party, but GBO out there on the West Coast with Coach Jay. Thank you for the super chat. Redneck Dwarf for 10. Show up with attitude on defense and from the running backs. Pound them on both sides and hang 50 on them. Thank you for the super chat, Redneck Dwarf. Vols Lover 1, nothing to say. Just a $20 super chat. That ain't cheap. Thank you for the old tip in the tip jar. We appreciate it. We are caught up. Trucker Dougie, how you feeling tonight, buddy? Let me start. Let's go back to this. Does this game matter, Trucker Dougie? Does this game matter to you?
Yeah, absolutely. In-state rival. They've been talking a lot of trash all week on Twitter. Actually, for the last couple of weeks, they've been talking trash. I think every game matters, especially with what we have to come from this. Obviously last week was that I don't even want to talk about that. That was just an embarrassment, and we gotta take this game like it's a redemption game, to prove people that we are who we said we are. And especially if we want a big bowl game. Like, we have to come out and just completely just destroy them.
Hold on, Big Ball Daddy. Let me hit this real quick. Inferno becomes a member of the channel. Thank you for that. Jason Lawrence for 10 says this is for the tip jar. I've enjoyed this season, fellas. Great content. God bless y'all. Thank you, Jason. We appreciate it, buddy. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoy what we do around here. Go ahead, Big Ball Daddy. Jump back in there, buddy.
No, man, I was just you don't ever stream the games, do you?
No. We did one time the year that JG went rogue against Alabama. Me, Dauber, and JP were watching that live on air. That's the only time we've ever done it.
Well, I'm going to try it tonight. So if you guys are looking for some live, raw emotion reaction to the game, come hang out, and we'll hang out and be Vol fans. And first time all year that I've streamed a game, so I don't know. We'll see how it turns out.
We did a little shilling for Big Vol Daddy on the Monday morning stream. He came on, hung out for about 30, 45 minutes. That was a lot of fun, man. And then what you guys didn't see, we talked like an hour off air. That's the VIP conversation. But we got to get Big Vol Daddy. He's getting back in the groove, getting back to streaming, getting back to putting out content. You guys go over, just search on YouTube, Big Vol Daddy. Go give him a sub. He would appreciate it for sure. Coach Jay, let's talk about that quarterback competition. I want to come back full circle. Nico, Joe Milton, Taven Jackson. Where are you at leading into 2023?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say I haven't forgotten about Tavon or really anyone, man. When you get into a competition, you want to take a look at everyone and anyone. I think we were talking earlier in the week, and I was saying, when football takes something away, it oftentimes gives something back, right? So what we're getting here is a nice, really good sneak preview at Joe Milton. And we'll see what he's got, and that will be great. It should give the coaches plenty to look at and see what they need, see if they need to go in the portal, see if they don't. Like I said, Joe's got all the tools. I want to see him making quick decisions today, but not only making quick decisions. I feel like sometimes when Joe makes a quick decision, he'll hold the ball just an extra second to validate that decision. And that's oftentimes when he overthrows it, because he knows he can get it out there in a hurry, right? He knows he can get it out 50, 65, 70 yards, whatever, on a dime. But sometimes when he takes that moment to wait is when he does chuck it a little bit too far. So I want to see him really plant, get the ball off his fingertips, and spin it clean, put some height on it when it needs some air under it, and put it on the line when it needs to be on the line, and see if we can get him throwing some of these short intermediate throws, quick, fast, and accurate, but not too fast. Yeah, he can put it on there, like where, I played catcher in baseball, but you darn near have to be to catch some of those 8 yards passes. Sometimes he can throw out, but I think we should be very, very excited about these young kids, man. I'm really pumped up. I think they both can play. I think the trick will be hanging on to both of them when one wins out and the other doesn't. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. We'll see if we get another contestant from the transfer portal or not. Joe can make it real easy for us and go out and prove Boogie Bentley a genius and go throw for 400 yards and rush for 150 more and throw for 6 touchdowns to Jalen Hyatt, and we can go have a big party afterwards. I'd love nothing more.
I don't know. Not many people want to celebrate me being right. No, I didn't see not a single person came back and said, dang, but you were right about South Carolina. No, they just yell and scream and tell me how stupid I am, Coach Jay. I don't understand.
I was right there with you too. Like I said, we talked about it way before the season started. I was like, man, Spencer Rattler in South Carolina. I was like, that could easily be a toss-up game, and we all see the results.
But both of you said the way he's been playing up to this point, it's going to be a cakewalk, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
Hey, but guess what?
We're going motorboat.
Hey, but it's okay. Look, Clemson lost. It's okay. Look, Clemson lost, and look, it's just the realization is that South Carolina, they just got hot at the last minute of the season, which to me, I'm just like, okay, can you keep that momentum going into next season? So that's why I'm really not worried about them. I'm just like, oh, okay. I mean, yeah, it sucked that they hung, you know what I'm saying, like that many points on us. But at the same time, if you beat Clemson like that, I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, they got hot at the right moment.
Gabe, the little 20-year-old brat, he can't even buy alcohol yet, although I'm pretty sure he was drinking beer on here yesterday. What are you doing, Gabe? What are you doing? Gabe tweets out, oh, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Very happy for South Carolina. What?
I saw you reply.
He's not lived through enough distress. He's not lived through enough disappointment. No, screw South Carolina. I told him, I said, Gabe, you don't have enough hate in your heart. You need a little bit more bitterness. A little bit more bitterness in your life.
Let it out.
Wait till you get old. Wait till you get old. It'll come around. Let me jam through some super chats again. Inferno for 5. Let's hope to see Milton deliver a show to end the regular season. Been watching the channel for a while now. Boogie, just want to say thank you. Thank you, Inferno. Appreciate it. Hey, there is no Talkin VAWLS Network without you guys. It would be me, Dauber, Xavier sitting around talking to ourselves. So you guys make this thing roll. We appreciate it. The Real Hank for 2. Dabo crying himself to sleep. That's what he gets. GBO. That's another thing. Everybody on Twitter laughing at Clemson and laughing at Ohio State. I kept my mouth shut. I'm going to wait until Tennessee plays Vanderbilt. Then I'll start running my mouth. 0 with 60 FPS for 2. Slaughter, Turnage, Tillman, and Flowers are out. That's a lot. That's a lot. The secondary's been banged up all year, though, man.
Next man
banged up all year. I want to come back.
There ain't a whole lot men up.
I want to come back to something, Coach.
It is. It is. It's a lot.
Something Coach Shea mentioned earlier with the quarterbacks. Big Val Daddy, how in the world does Josh Heupel keep Taven Jackson on this roster? Because I think it's Joe's job to lose going into 2023. Nico is the kid with the golden arm. It's his job next. How in the world in the age of the transfer portal do you keep Taven Jackson in Knoxville? Do you just write it up as a loss? He's gonna more than likely move on.
I mean, if I was him, that's the way I would be looking at it. I mean, yeah, Joe most likely will be the starting quarterback game 1 next year. But how long are you going to keep the $8 million man on the bench with an arm like that? I mean, his arm rivals Milton's, and that's a lot of money to be keeping on the bench. So, yeah, Taven, thanks for what little bit you've done for us. Thanks for all the great practices at the number 3 or number 4 rep. But hope you find you a good place to transfer. I mean, I don't want to see him go because you can never have too many good quarterbacks on your roster. You just take this year, for example. But, I mean, how long is he going to sit around with his skill, when he can go somewhere else maybe and start day one? I want to see Navy Jeweler tonight, man. That's who I want to see.
I'm not sleeping on Jackson though. I mean, we've seen the inconsistencies from Milton. Jackson Hill's up. He was a pretty high level recruit as well.
We were excited when he committed. We were excited.
Absolutely. So what I'm saying is, Milton has a step up because he's been in the system. He's got reps as QB1. He's getting reps as QB1 tonight and the bowl game. Taven's hurt right now. Broken collarbone. We'll see how he comes back from that. But man, having that goal in front of you, that's what if you've got it in here, that's what pushes you to be better. And man, if you've got that drive and you're putting it out and showing it at practice, you never know. I'm telling you, Josh Heupel's, you've seen that from him. He's going to put out the kid that has the best shot to put the team in a position to win. And Taven is no pushover. I think he's got all the skills as well. Doesn't have as big of an arm, but he brings a whole different set of skills to that quarterback position. And I mean, either one of those guys, they can do some really, really good things in this offense. So, I mean, I don't think I think Milton has a leg up going into 2023, but I don't by any means think it's, set in stone.
We should all want an upperclassman, be it Milton or a transfer portal quarterback, to succeed above the young freshman. And Nico is cut from a great cloth. Like I said, I've coached with his high school coach. I love Coach Pearson. I've been around Danny Hernandez's offense a long time. That's the brainchild behind a lot of the offenses that Bryce and Nico run, and they are very, very far ahead of schedule. Let me put it that way, as to what someone like Josh Heupel and Alex Golish want to do on a football field. They've been doing it since they were 8 years old, basically. So they do have a big leg up on that system, and they know how to run it right, smooth, and be accurate on time. Yeah. So
I got a question.
Yeah.
If Nico comes in and Heupel wants to redshirt him, do you think he would agree with that? I
think he'd be fine with it. Yeah, I do think he'd be okay with it. I think Nico carries, at least from what I can only speak to what I've seen of him, but at least from what I've seen of him, he for being a superstar already, right? Like that kid walks by. Humble. That kid walks by like even his own classmates, and every single one of them's like, "Oh, he's got $8 million, $8 million." It's all you hear. Like he's a superstar. His classmates, people he goes to school with, wait after the game to take pictures with him and sign autographs. And he's a very humble kid. He's from a very, very good, respectful family. You can tell he was raised right, and I don't see him being a prima donna. I think we got a good one. I really do.
Is Nico 17 or 18?
He's 18. He'll be an early enrollee. He's 18. Okay. He's 18. I think he's 18. I feel like he turned it.
He gets
a little bit after. Yeah. I know he's an early enrollee though. He graduated a while back, was my understanding. He technically played that football season for Warren without attending school there, which I've never even heard of something like that. I don't know.
Crazy call.
I don't know who Coach Pearson got to on that one, but I'll just tip my cap at him.
He could conceivably play in 4 games next year and still get redshirted.
Yeah. So, does Taven's redshirt this year count as a medical? Technically, since the collarbone, or is it going to count as the regular redshirt? Because if not, he has another redshirt a year ahead of him too.
I think he can use both. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's got both options available to him.
So
I'd love to see Taven play, just simply because, if I'm a high school quarterback, as much as I love the idea of playing behind Heupel. Do I want to come in behind Nico in the 24 or 25 class? That's going to be the interesting thing to see of who they can get. And if you look at the early predictions, I know that changes like crazy, but top 10 quarterbacks, Tennessee's not really got a percentage chance in a lot of them for the 24 class. So, I'd love to see Taven stay and have that battle as well, because you never know. I mean, we just saw it last week, right? I mean, football's a violent game, and it changes on a snap. So, the depth for what quarterback position you want is going to be an important piece moving forward. And I personally, I'd love to see him stay, and you see that dynamic duo moving past the 23 and 24 class, because it's going to be hard to influence a 5-star kid to come in, or even a 4-star kid to come in and say, okay, here you go, you're going to sit behind Nico for 3 years. Good luck.
Yeah. Let me hit a couple super chats real quick. John London for $5. That ain't cheap, but hey, it's maybe it is a little cheap, John. Maybe it is a little cheap. I'm getting ahead of myself with catchphrases, but I appreciate the $5. It's a good problem to have when top level quarterbacks transfer out. Happened when Peyton was here. Happens with all good programs. Yeah, it's definitely a good thing for Tennessee. It's a good conversation. It's not a bad thing to be talking about. Mike C becomes a member of the channel. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate that. Elijah, you couldn't wait to get on here, man. You could not wait. Now you're no longer the kid. Now you're Elijah Allen Coe. I'll allow it. What did you have to get on here and so desperately talk about?
When you made that comment about Gabe being young and not having hate in his heart for other teams not having enough, I'm 26 years old. I started paying attention to football in about 2007. I hate every SEC team that's not Tennessee.
You've had that extra few years. You've had that extra few years to get filled full of piss and vinegar, and now you hate everybody like I do.
Especially South Carolina.
I hate Beamer. Like,
he's such a clown, man.
Cocky. Yeah.
I can't stand him. And I grew up in Virginia, and I hated Virginia Tech growing up. And it's just carrying the fight, keep it with South Carolina. So I cannot stand South Carolina. I was hoping so much today that Clemson would come back and kick a field goal to beat them, because I wanted to see him cry on the sideline and break down on his knees and pound the ground like a baby, because you knew that was coming. But then he gives his cheap little, we're back, we're starting comments at the end of the game. So, I mean, they're going to be a fun team to go against every single year moving forward.
Did he say we're back? Back from what?
Thank you, Big Ball Daddy.
He needs to line up a Dauber and say we're here, because they've never been there. You can't say you're back when you've never been there before. That's what I'm trying to teach Dauber for the last 6 weeks.
They're back from Jadavian and Clowney.
Hey, speaking of Dauber and Boogie, I'm gonna bail after this. Let some other people get in here or whatever for the last few minutes. Dauber, it was great to finally meet you in person the other day. You're a class act. Boogie, appreciate what you guys are doing here on the Talkin VAWLS Network, and all you Vols tonight. Let's enjoy this ass whooping, because we all know deep in our heart that's what it's going to be.
Yeah,
Plug maybe Steeler in there, and it's still going to be a beatdown.
I'll echo that right back at you. It was good to meet you. I'm like I said the other day. I'm glad we've hooked up on here, and I look forward to keeping this rolling. And I'll see you in person next time I see you. But
yes,
we'll
sir.
Make that happen too. So.
Go Vols. Screw y'all's team. If you
everybody go check out Big Ball Daddy. Go give him a sub. He's had some issues going on, hadn't been able to stream or make as much content as he wants, but he's back, man. He's bouncing back. He's a lot of fun. He came on Monday. And did like 30, 45 minutes because Gabe wasn't able to make it. It was awesome, man. It was good. Sometimes it's fun just to sit down and talk Tennessee football without the structure of a show, right? Like I feel like we always have to have a structure and talk about this and that and the other. Man, Big Ball Daddy just came on and we just talked, and it was a blast. Try to get him back on here a lot more, but you guys go check out. He's going to live stream the game, so go check that out. Bleed Orange 31 for 5. Thank you for super chat. Hyatt for 150 and 3 touchdowns. GBO 48-17 Tennessee. This super chat is for the.
Yes, sir. I'll take my 5.
Excellent. Man, we're like 20 minutes away from wrapping this stream. I thought they weren't going to do this tonight, but apparently they are going to assign super chats to people. What's next? What are you gonna make it for Coach Jay, and I got to mail it out to California to him? What kind of operation are we running here? Robert Tugg for 5. Hate USC East, but the Vols are better when Clemson is taking the recruits we usually get. So I'm glad to see Dabo and Clemson suck. I enjoyed. Look, I hate South Carolina too, but I enjoyed Clemson losing after Dabo's comments this past week. So
you and me both.
That was kind of comical. Look at this guy. You never know. You never know what name Dakota's going to show up with, and he's lucky I know who he is, so I can just call him out by name. What's up? He's muted. His camera's sideways. He's upside down. Dakota, get it dialed in. What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. I just mute because I ain't got a headset and I don't want background noise and all that for everyone else. So.
Well, I appreciate you coming in muted and upside down and sideways. Hey, how you feeling tonight, buddy? How you feeling tonight?
Pretty good. I got me a new toolbox. So.
Oh, I miss Corey. What's up, Corey? I'll get Corey on.
Not much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Cool.
Sorry, Dakota. I cut you off because I saw Corey's chat in the back, and I realized that he was sitting back there, and I missed him. Go ahead, Dakota. Sorry.
I think the rain will play a factor, but I still don't think that will have anything to do with Milton's arm. Like I said earlier in the chat, is what y'all said. Brew and Tillman's out in Brew game time. Which is, don't Milton practice with Squirrel White and Keaton more than he does the others?
I think we're going to see Jalen Hyatt and probably Ramel Keaton out there. I think we're going to see those two. And then, like I said, if one of them goes down, then we will probably see Squirrel White.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, more Squirrel White, because the chemistry's there more than there's the others. But
I thought it was interesting. Volquest mentioned Chaz Nimrod. That's a guy you've not. I mean, you heard a lot about him during spring. Did he? I think he got banged up though.
Yeah, he got hurt early.
He got hurt.
So I wonder if he's back now, and that's why I just thought that was an interesting name they threw out during the 2-minute drill a little bit before we went live.
I think they're going. They said that you see him before you see Walker Merrill. So if Brew's not available and Sam's not available, then I see if they go to that four wide receiver combo like they did last week so many times, you could see Chaz on the other side of the slot and move Jalen out possibly, or even put Chaz on the outside and Jalen in the slot. So, like you said earlier, bring the whole fight tonight. You said it all. A couple shows, all 60 minutes. Vandy's a confident group after beating two wins, but the big brother's in town, and you don't beat down the big brother too many times. So I got to run too, guys. But Boogie's good seeing you again, my friends. You too, Dauber, X, all you guys. But we'll finish watching this Oregon State-Oregon game, which is a hell of a football game too.
Yeah, it's turning into a good one.
It is. Yeah, it's a good one.
Guys, I think plus 14. I put 150 down on it tonight too. So Vols 42, Vandy 24. We cover and we go and play in the Orange Bowl or whoever wants to take on. And I think Joe's a big factor tonight and solidifies what we see as a 23 starting quarterback, guys. But appreciate it. Enjoy talking to you guys and have a good one.
Later, Matt.
You too, Matt.
Coming on, buddy.
See you, buddy.
Have a good one,
I don't know
Matt.
what happened to Dave. Dave was in the back. I think the name was Dave. And I was getting ready to rotate somebody off, and then Matt said he was going to bounce. I was about to add Dave, and then he bailed. He's not in the back room anymore. So, Dave, if you're still hanging out, come on here. Does anybody know this comment? Somebody asked me this the other day. What happened to Jordan? Like, Jordan was the first one in here every week when the link went out to Elite. And, dude, he became a character. Like, that's the beauty of the fan call-in show. You guys realize that, right? Everybody that's on here right now, you are now a character. Coach Jay and Elijah and Dakota have been around a long time. You guys are characters. Seth is starting to make Trucker Dougie's been around regularly here lately. You guys, you're the cast and crew of this show, man. And you like there are people in the chat. Why isn't Coach Jay on here? Where's Xavier? Where's Gabe? Like, you guys win the audience.
Coach Jay's about to start getting tips. He's a favorite.
It's
awesome.
comical. It's comical, but it's funny because, like, where the heck is? I have no idea where Jordan's at. I've not seen him in weeks. Maybe
I miss my Polk County buddy a little bit. We live so close.
I don't know what. Like, the thing is, a lot of you guys, I see you leaving comments. I see you in the chat, like Sunday nights or Wednesday nights or whatever. Not Jordan. I don't think Jordan even watched the videos. I think Jordan's like, oh, fan calling show. I'll be a host. I'll come on. I'll run the show. I've not seen him. I have no idea. Let me hit a couple super chats. Nate Pruitt for 2. Okay, here we go. Here you go, Coach. GBO. All right. Dan Yoder for 5 says, Boogie, it's cheap, but it's for you, my brother. Go Big Orange. Hey, it ain't cheap if it's for me, Dan. It ain't cheap if it's for me. I appreciate that. Very generous. Thank you for the super chat. You guys are hilarious assigning your super chats. Culberson in the chat. Look, now you're back to Culberson. What are you doing?
My God.
I never know what name you are. I never know who you are. I just see that big, beautiful beard rivaling Dauber. Been wondering about Polk County. Yeah. We're 15 minutes away from kickoff. We'll take you guys all the way up. I'm not going to share the merch and all that stuff.
What?
You guys know the deal. Go check out the merch, bonfire.com/store/talkingballs. Links are in the description if you want to get involved in NIL. The link to Spire Sports Group is in the description as well. Go ahead, Dakota.
All right, 2 things. Do you think with the losses today that we will move up any? And 2, have y'all seen all these? Which one of the bowl games is it that they're predicting us to go to that we're going to have to play Tulane?
I heard it. I heard it's a Cotton Bowl.
That's what I thought, the Cotton Bowl.
Lots of
horrible.
Lots of things have shaken today up, though. I don't think we work our way back up 6 spots to get in the top 4.
No.
But you know, I've seen Cotton Bowl, Rose Bowl.
I heard the Orange Bowl too.
I mean, there's a couple of options, and you know, I think any of those bowls will be happy to take Tennessee because they travel well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, Tennessee's what, 10th right now, and you have. What do you think happens to Ohio State? They'll just drop a couple, won't they? Even though they got embarrassed, they won't drop far.
They'll drop probably 6.
I think they fall to 6.
Yeah.
I think they're out.
He loses.
I think depending on how things shake out, we could have a top 5 finish after the bowl season. Mm-hmm. I do. Yeah. And I think that kind of should be our aim actually at this point. Winning out top 5 finish year 2. Crap, man, that's so far ahead of schedule, guys. It still blows my mind. I was sitting around just thinking about the Bama win and the LSU win earlier. Yep. And it wasn't that South Carolina wasn't close to my mind or I wasn't ticked off about those things. That's awesome. That's awesome. No, I was ticked off about those things, but like always know where you came from, right? And we know where we came from. And man, I'm darn proud of this team right now. I really am. I hope we fly to the ball today. I want to see, helmets on the ball again on defense too. Like all the hats on the ball. I feel like last week no one really rushed into the ball. Like, there was some energy because people were pissed off and chippy because Toolman's camera keeps screwing up. But whether they were chippy or not, like I felt like they were kind of playing for themselves and not together, not hustling to the ball. I'd like to see them fix that this game.
But don't you brought up a good point, and then Xavier, you go next. Talking about top 5, that's something to play for, right? Like that comment pisses me off, and that's why the video I put out this morning, it wasn't. I was going to do like the game day matchup video, whatever, and I was like, no, this game matters. I'm so sick of people leaving comments saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Playing for a top 5 spot, playing for a New Year's 6 bowl, Xavier, freaking matters. Like this team still has something to play for.
Gotta go.
See you, my man. But yeah, it does matter, Boog. Like I said, you're right. But Coach, going back to what you said, about like Alabama winning and stuff like that. Me and Boogie was talking about this, before we came on live on air. Watch them sneak their way somehow into the playoffs again and going all the way to meet up with Georgia. And Boogie was talking about watching Alabama win it all over again. That would be. I don't know how I would feel about that. I'd
really be pissed.
Yeah.
Pissed off, man.
But with Georgia, but like I said, but the way that Georgia's been playing though, and like I said, I just don't. I mean, me personally, I just don't see Alabama doing it this year. If they were to sneak all their way to the national championship, I just don't see how they can keep up with Georgia.
I like this.
Yeah, I don't think that happens.
Rooting for chaos. That's where I'm at. Rooting for complete chaos. Flip it upside down.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chaos is a good thing.
I was looking at the radar, and it looks like a huge,
Oregon State got it.
fixing to roll through. Like, how long will they hold a game before they like cancel it?
Wait, are they calling for
while.
lightning though? I thought it was just rain. I didn't
If
see
it's
lightning.
rain, they'll play.
Yeah, they'll play.
Mhm.
Yeah, they'll play.
And
if
just
it's
like that,
rain.
he's gone. The tool man vanished.
I know once. What is it? What's the rule? Once lightning is struck within a
What?
certain amount of mileage, it's like a 2-hour
minutes.
without a strike or something.
Wait, is it that long?
30 minutes, I believe.
30
Yeah, I
minutes.
think it's 30 minutes.
Yeah, I remember
Okay.
that
But
Oregon
if they-
game.
The
a while
Oregon
back.
game.
Gosh, me and
Yeah.
Snake with that game. Dude, we made the decision like a bunch of idiots. I will just sit down here and wait. Well, everybody filed out to the concourse, and me and Snake were trapped. And at one point, you kind of laugh about it, right? And then you're starting to think, okay, I may die. I may die right here in Neyland Stadium. Like it goes from funny to reality sets in. I'm standing on metal bleachers and I'm trapped. I may die.
Okay.
So
Now,
that's
let me hit a couple super chats real quick. Wayne Starnes for 2 says, so I'm not cheap. Yeah, Wayne, you're cheap. Actually, we need to change your username to Wayne Starnes. I'm cheap. But thank you for the $2. I'm always busting your balls. Appreciate it. Real Hank for 2. Oregon State just stopped Oregon on 4th and goal. That's late. Sorry, Hank, that I didn't get that one up. Oregon got beat. That one's done, right?
Yep.
That's a final score.
there's a couple minutes left.
135.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
somebody
one
said it was
timeouts
over.
left.
No,
They ain't no
I
timeouts
mean,
left.
State's
over, but-
running
Oh,
the
okay,
ball
okay.
out. They just picked up first down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's another spot Tennessee will jump up,
Yeah,
eight
8th or
and nine.
7th, maybe
providing they
7th
take
or
care of
8th.
business.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a quick question, and then I'm gonna make a prediction. And I'm gonna hop out. I'm gonna go get food before this game starts. Reality speaking, do you think there's a slim of a chance that we could possibly jump up far enough?
No.
Like,
No,
with everything
stop.
that
Stop,
Kaepernick
Trucker
got-
Dougie,
No.
stop.
No.
Don't
No.
torture yourself, man. Don't torture you. Somebody DM'd me on Twitter today and said, Boogie, is it mathematically possible? I said yes, but don't do this to yourself, please. Just stop right
I'm
there.
playing, y'all. Just playing.
They will take.
Um,
Listen, they will jump up Alabama before they would even consider jumping us up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is
Unfortunately.
stupid.
Pisses me off, but it's true.
Yeah.
Look, I just
So-
wanted
I
to
think
have a little
Alabama's
fun.
gonna get in there.
Just wanted to have some fun there for a minute.
You're good.
No,
Prediction.
prediction. I'm gonna go. I've been off all year.
Then go ahead and
I'm
pick
gonna
Vandy in a blowout.
No, never.
No.
49-24. No, you know what? 49-20. Vols.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Always
Y'all have a
good
great
time,
night.
Trucker Dougie. Go get you some food. Enjoy the game, buddy. Hope to see you in the post-game show.
Are you guys gonna do like a SEC championship video or live? Or?
I don't know. We've talked about it. I'll have to see what's going on. We'll keep you updated, whether you're on Twitter, Facebook, wherever. We'll let
Okay.
you guys know what we're going to do. I thought about doing maybe just a watch party, but I'll have to check the schedule and see what's going on. So we'll let you guys know, though.
Okay. Y'all have a good night. And
All right, later,
I probably
buddy.
won't be on the watch part or the post game can come. I have to go to bed after the game.
Oh no.
I see how it is. What if I had to go to bed, Trucker Dougie? Then what are we going to do?
I mean, do you have 80,000 pounds on your back? No.
I don't know. I got to carry Dauber every single week on this channel. I don't know. That was not a fat joke. That was not a fat joke. That was not a fat joke.
That hurts right here, man.
That was a slacker joke.
He gonna cry.
All right.
Y'all have a
Later,
good
Doug.
night.
Appreciate
I'm
you coming
taking
on,
your
buddy.
Christmas present back.
Oh man, dang it! I would take yours back, but I wasn't getting you one. Damn it,
Hey,
Bethany. He guessed it.
You brought Corey on. He said he had one thing to say, and you never let him talk.
That's because you kept interrupting him. Go ahead, Corey. I'll shut Dauber up long enough for you to talk. Go ahead, Corey.
All right.
Dauber, shut
All
up.
right. I watched the video after the South Carolina game, and it was a video about the game being rigged for Tennessee to get beat. Yeah, and it's got 16,000 views. And the way they showed it, it did kind of look suspicious. The whole game it felt different watching it, and it seemed like the team, like nobody was playing at all. Like people had gave up. Half tackles wasn't even being done. They were like pushing people. I seen Juwan Mitchell just push people while defenders running past him. It was so weird. But then the video kind of, I don't know, it's weird. It's one of those videos where it kind of in the game feeling so weird to watch. It seemed very suspicious. I just want to see what y'all thought about it.
I've not seen the video. I've seen people talk about it. I don't think. I think the chemistry was off. Maybe. I think the chemistry. Something was off with that football team. Whether it's the Hooker Bank stuff, whatever was going on, or we heard Aaron Beasley say, "Hey, we thought we were just going to go in and dominate, and we didn't." But I don't think anybody on this football team is going to flush a shot at a college football playoff down the toilet to throw a football game. I just don't see that.
I agree. I think it was a combo of both of those right there. I don't think there was a divided locker room or anything, but I think you had people's minds not necessarily on the game, and then they, I guess, maybe overlooked South Carolina, thought it was a walkover, and came out. And I do feel that last Saturday showed you that one flaw to this offensive scheme and game plan is it's not necessarily built to play from behind. You're looking at chunk plays and, spreading it out in tempo. And when that's not working and then you're chasing points as well, it's just a bad combo. And really, you look at what went wrong. It was nearly everything went wrong. We've had a lot of, balls bounce our way, calls go our way this whole season. And, I think it just kind of caught up with us. And, Rattler had a heck of a game. That was not the quarterback that we've seen all season for South Carolina. And it was just a perfect
he's
storm.
played in 2 years.
He didn't.
Perfect
he
storm.
Didn't do the. Look at the game he played today. He threw 2 interceptions today.
Right.
I mean, don't look the same. It was weird.
All right, we got 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes till kickoff. Let me hit these super chats. Redneck Dwarf for 2. For the wheelbarrow. Is that my new nickname? The wheelbarrow to carry folks. Trying to carry these guys. Goodness gracious. The real Hank for 5. Thank you for super chat. How would Bama jump up there? Losses are us and the team we boat raced. But they conveniently ranked them ahead of Tennessee. You knew that was going to happen. All right, real quick, around the room. Give me a score and nothing more. X Factor, what do you got? What's the score for tonight?
I think I gave my prediction last time I was on here, but like I said,
I forgot you were on Wednesday.
He was here Wednesday.
Yeah.
Dang it!
Yeah. But
I'm running this show, Dauber.
I'm gonna say it again though. Like I said 45-24 Vols. So,
Toolman, Dakota, whatever your name is, what do you got? What's your score prediction?
Just because I love Joe Milton, I'm gonna do. It's not gonna happen, but 72-14. In the
72-14. We're seeing some Navy Schuler and Big Vol Daddy's going to be happy. Coach Jay, what do you got? Give us your score, buddy.
Well, I'll bet with Boogie tonight, 45-27. Joe Milton puts it together, gets it done.
I love it. Coach Jay rolling with Boogie's analysis, which is hysterical. Corey, what do you got? Give us a score prediction, buddy.
I don't know, 60. I think they score 60. I think it's 60-17.
Hey, you think you're talking about double whopper on them?
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Come out, man.
I'll take it. I hope they come out full of piss and vinegar. That's if they win this game, if they boat race them, we may just put out a shirt that says piss and vinegar on it. Seth, what do you got? Good. Give us a score prediction, buddy.
Let's see. I think 45-21.
That sounds pretty. I think I said 35-14, 35, something like that. I don't think they're going to score as much, especially if it rains. We'll see what happens. Elijah Moore, for $5, thank you for the super chat. Going to have to watch this game on mute. The announcers will not shut up about last week. Would not surprise me at all. Let's wrap this thing up. We'll be right back here live immediately following the game. So hope to see you guys for the post-game show. For Dauber, for the X Factor, for Corey, for Coach Jay, for Seth. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
Unbroken past this undated orb that we call home.